Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel again and another edition of Star Citizen Universe News. Today I'm going to look at the damage states for the Origin 350R in Arena Commander, and then I'll do a summing up of the most important news from the Star Citizen universe. Well, here's the Origin 350R. In fact, it's a ship I don't actually own, but thanks to the recent week of flying and trying all the ships which were flyable in Arena Commander, I managed to test the damage states, but not really like that. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the damage states. Now, as we can see here, we've got some particles flying off the wing here, but really this wasn't captured in the best light, so if I can move the camera to get a better view, we can see the wings have taken a lot of damage there, but that's not really good enough. Let's see if we can do better. Well, that's more like it, with literally hundreds of bits and pieces flying off the 350R. Let's roll that back and have some slow motion. Well, we're in Broken Moon now, and I'm looking to see some different damage states, and as we're going to see very shortly, we don't have to wait very long to see the wing fly off. So, as always, let's rewind and have some slow motion. Well, we've lost the wing, but the Origin 350R still looks a beautiful ship. But And at this point, I should remind everybody that Star Citizen Arena Commander is still at a very early stage, so it's pretty much pre-alpha, and there are a number of glitches which you may notice here or there, little bits hanging in mid-air, and also a few judders with the cameras. But one thing can't be denied is that the phenomenal detail which has been put into the damage states on all the ships which I've looked at so far in Arena Commander is absolutely outstanding, and is a testament to the ambition and the degree of fidelity the whole project is aiming for. Now, we've lost one wing, and I think we should lose the other, and I think the Vandal are going to oblige us pretty much now. So let's roll that back and have a look at that again. Well, we've seen some of the main damage states for the 350R. I mainly saw damage to the hull and mainly to the wings. I never saw much damage to the rear of the 350R, but that may well be because I never managed to capture it all. But I'm sure it will evolve over time. Anyway, as the 350R is now totally blown away, it's time for some more Star Citizen Universe news. Well, it's always nice to see some damage states there on the 350R, and imagine what it's going to be like when we can see them on the Constellation. Anyway, there's not been a lot of news this week as we gear up towards the event next week in Australia, but what news there has been on the RSI Roberts Space Industry website. And there's always a lot of things going on there, so it's well worth a look. And in particular, some of the programs which you can see there, like 10 for a Chairman, where Chris Roberts answers questions from subscribers. And during them questions, some useful information came from Chris, and one of it was related to the upcoming patch for Arena Commander. I'm not sure what version it is, but it's 13 point something, and it related to the fact that they will be actually sorting out the controls, because if you've got a joystick and a controller, at the moment you are at a bit of a disadvantage to people with a mouse and keyboard, and to be honest, I can't actually hit anything, and I don't think Chris can either, but they're going to sort it out. And hopefully around the time of PAX Australia, you will get a new patch which will fix the control issues. Also, some other information came out in relation to the timeline for Squadron 42. Now, I know already that the motion capture and actual filming for the live action sequences in Squadron 42 is scheduled to take place sometime in January, I believe. I know Chris Roberts was scouting locations earlier in the year when he was over in England. So obviously that's going to be quite an expensive undertaking. So obviously the continued ship sales will help to fund that. Anyway, going back to the timeline, Chris said that the first 10 episodes of Squadron 42 will probably be on target to be released sometime towards the end of 2015. So it's not really that long to wait. And of course, in between then, we will get updated versions of Arena Commander as we go to version 1.0, and obviously at the PAX event we're going to see some first person gameplay, so obviously that will start to be incorporated as well. So it seemed like a long time to wait for some of this stuff, but it's going to be well worth it. Now on the RSI website there's an interesting article gone up regarding the ship pipeline. Now basically the making of ships have been streamlined. All ship production is now basically mainly done in Santa Monica, but there's still obviously in Manchester with the Squadron 42, they're building ships as well for that, so that will be integrated into the persistent universe as well. But most of it now is done in Santa Monica, and they've basically changed the tools. So whereas before, if you had say a Hornet variant, that would have to be done separately. All the variants were done separately, but now basically all the Hornet or the 300i series can be integrated into one, so basically they have to just can swap parts out like Lego bricks. Makes the whole process a lot more streamlined and of course quicker and easier. And that's a very interesting article and well worth a look. Now next week in Australia on the 1st of November in Melbourne at the PAX event, there's a special Star Citizen event where the FPS mode is going to feature. Now we've already seen very brief gameplay at Gamescom in Germany, and we know the FPS module is being made by Redacted, but we know who they are, so it's going to be very interesting. Now as far as I know, the FPS for Star Citizen is going to be somewhere between Armour and Battlefield, so not too sim-like and not too arcadey. Maybe a bit Rainbow Six like, old school Rainbow Six like, I believe. That's what I used to play. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they come up with. And of course, although it may be a wait quite a while for the persistent universe, the FPS module will be incorporated into Arena Commander, so there's going to be plenty to play in the next year ahead. Well, thank you very much for watching once again, and I'll be back sometime in the future with news of the event in Australia and other news from the Star Citizen universe. So please click the like button if you like the video, and also please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and that would mean a lot to me. So wherever you're watching out in that big universe, you take care and have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.